Welcome back. Volleyball South Africa is keen to see both men and women national teams at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. The two teams will be participating in a tournament in Mozambique to qualify. Those in and around the federation say the sport is gradually growing in the country, but there's still a lot more to be done for all 9 provinces to be exposed to it. In studio, I brought in SA volleyball team coach Adam Maskell as well as player Leo Williams. Leo, nice to see you again. Let's start. Why are you in Czech Republic?
I live out there, I work there, and I play there for obviously on the tour. It's much more competitive, so I'm able to play a lot more than what I would in South Africa.
Okay, and coach, how easy or how difficult does that make your life then, considering you're trying to get him and his partner to qualify for these games?
Logistically can be a problem. So we're trying to find ways to help us ease those problems logistically. Obviously, you've spoken about funds. That's one of our big problems. So flying Leo back and forth is an issue that we have to deal with, but we have a great athlete. He's Africa's #1 athlete. So we need to make sure we do everything to get him back to our camps and ready for qualification.
Yeah, let's talk about the finances. I mean, volleyball is obviously not the big sport in this country, unfortunately. Leo would know. But for you, what have you, since you've been here, what have you discovered about where the state of volleyball is, and also expand on the difficulties that you have in terms of finances?
Obviously, with any high-performance sport, it requires a large amount of money. We're trying to make the correct steps to get our program into a high performance and a full-time training program. We have all the stakeholders here. That's the beauty of South Africa. Have great facilities, great resources. So it's like selling it to a sponsor. We've got the perfect package. We just need someone to come on and put a bet on the table and have a gamble, because it's a safe bet for us. We've got great infrastructure. We've got international governing bodies helping us, SASCOC's on board, Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. So all of these people are gathering on board and we're gathering momentum. They only still play a part, and we still need obviously more people on top of that. The positive is there's at the moment we have a great prospect of some young talent moving forward. Leo's at the end of that, but we're hoping that his experience, along with Danilo coming up, can really have a launching pad for our program. So it's about getting money, finding the talent, and trying to see if we can get the current crop to the next level in the Olympics, World Championships.
Yeah,
So,
will you go to the Olympics if you guys do qualify, Leo?
I hope so, coach.
he'll be there. He'll be there.
Okay, yeah. Because you've got, as you mentioned, you've got someone much younger with you. How is that experience playing with and also like having to now impart that knowledge to an upcoming volleyball player?
Well, I mean, it can be a challenge because obviously a younger guy, you know, attention and all these different things that come with it. But he also brings a good vibe on the court and brings a good spirit. And when we're playing well, it really lifts my spirit as well. So I think we have a good chemistry. So it was a very short time that we just got together. We have very few trainings together, and I think we're doing quite well for such a young, let's say, team to start doing so well together. Yeah.
Yeah, and preparations towards Mozambique, how's that been going? And I mean, you do mention you've just been together relatively, but were you obviously preparing while you were still abroad?
Yes. I mean, when you're playing at a high level, it's plug and play. So when he's doing his training this side, I'm doing it that side. And when we get together, we kind of just need to gel.
Yeah. I'm sorry to keep going back to the finances, because I understand this is a sport that is relatively close to my heart, but also I understand exactly the struggles that goes into minor sports in this country. But Aqua Darshan has been somebody that has been supporting you guys. How has that relationship been going?
That's been a lifesaver at the moment. They've pretty much thrown us a lifeline for these current 2 events. Without that, we probably wouldn't be getting our athletes over there. So we are in the process of funds are available for us. We're in a bit of a transition phase through volleyball and making sure that those funds then come through. So that's the stage where we're at. It's promising. So we're getting over those difficulties, which is fantastic. My job as coming on board is to kind of look to the future and not what's happened in the past, and we're trying to inflict some change. And as I said, all the right people are coming on board. Everybody's supporting us. A few more people jumping on board will get us up to hopefully that level of netball, and if we get some more funding, get our players on the tour, they have enough talent. They're world-class athletes that we have in South Africa. We just need to make sure that we're getting them the best possible preparation, which means lots of money, lots of resources.
Yeah, it's not just Leo though, it's not just the two boys.
No,
Tell us about the girls team.
So girls, we have a fantastic up-and-coming 21-year-old, Tatiana. So she's a really top prospect and working with, once again, the yin and the yang. So we've got an older player, Tash, who's been around for a long time, won many events in South Africa. So the mix of old and new, and they are definitely in the mix. We need to get 2 top 4 performances to go to the next leg. So very realistic. At the same time, preparation's been very minimal. So look, we are very confident we should move forward. And hopefully if we can get to that next leg, once I've had some more time with Leo and Danilo and the girls, we're making leaps and bounds at the moment with very little time together. So if things go well and the guys peak at the right time, there's absolutely a very high chance of us to go into Paris.
Yeah, you played international tournaments as well. The standard in volleyball in South Africa and the rest of the world, how far are we?
At the moment, quite far apart. I would say there are some sparks of good athletes that I can see, but yeah, we're quite far away from international.
Yeah, and the team, Adam, when you look at what are the key areas that you still need to focus on in terms of like qualifying? Because I think Leo, you will know it's not a guarantee that if you win Mozambique tournament, the federation may say you may still not even go, like Saskog, that is. What for you is your mandate then with these guys in terms of like, and also
we're going for the
Olympics,
and we're going for the Olympics. We're shooting for that. I'm not going any level lower. We're not here to be mediocre. Yeah. So if we miss the Olympics, the next goal is World Championships in Adelaide, 2025. So that's the premier event for volleyball. I would say the competition is better than the Olympics at the World Champs. So from a perspective of a volleyballer, beach volleyballer, you want to play at the World Champs. That's where the absolute best competition. And in saying that, we've got a couple of athletes ready, which is the beauty of why I'm happy with the way we're progressing and why I'm like, look, you've got some world-class potential here if we can work with it. There's no doubt that we'll be kicking on the doors very soon. But there's a bit of a gap. Obviously, we've got good talent now. We have to go kind of a bit further down to do lots of talent ID. There we are. So there's the boys winning their event there. But talent ID is the biggest thing for us. We've got to try and start stealing some people, some athletes from netball, from basketball, you know. And that's the ways for us to get to.
The problem is beach, though. Got a lot of indoor players, but beach.
Who wouldn't want to hang out in the best beaches in the world?
South Africa's not done well at Olympics in the past. What will be the key? Don't look at me shocked.
I think they did.
Okay. What do you consider good then? A good performance at an Olympic thing?
Look, I mean, it's all relative. So South Africa had no, let's say, level of playing on the international stage. So they got 9th. I think it was in 2004. And then a few other guys just made it to Olympics and didn't get out of the pool. But they played, let's say, good matches.
Yeah.
But I think for us would be if we can qualify relatively getting into quarterfinals, so top 5 would be a good result, I would say.
Okay, that's high stakes. You're speaking about the previous Olympics. Was that with Grant and
Freedom? Yeah.
Oh, okay, but someone who's also paved a way for beach volleyball in this country would have been Gersan Roric.
Yeah.
How has his death been received in the community?
Yeah, it was a big shock, and obviously he played a big role in a lot of the players' lives, in my life as well. He actually was one of the guys that brought me to play beach. I was playing indoor. So yeah, it was a big shock. And then it also, I think, in the federation itself, it also changed a bit of a dynamic there because he was in charge of a lot of things on the beach. So yeah, it's a big change.
Yeah. Someone like Grant, is he still part of your guys' system? Are you looking at previous players to see what they can impart to these new guys, Adam?
I'm still looking around. I've only been here for 3 months. So for me to get around the country is obviously a logistical task as well. We're trying to use obviously technology that we can have these days to enable people to send scouting videos and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I mean like someone like Grant Goldsmith, somebody
absolutely
who's
like we're trying to base our high performance program, which is newly evolved, out of HBC Pretoria and Tuck Sport. They've got world class facilities in Semley there as well. So to have all those resources at our fingertips is what we're trying to create, which is a high performance hub for athletes to go and be able to be elite athletes, you know, and not have to worry about physio, not have to ask mum all the time, getting some cash or not getting it at all. So we are definitely trying to get previous people in, but at the same stage, we're looking to push forward into a new era.
Absolutely.
We would never say no to experience, but obviously I've only been here for a short period. I've got to get around and get my feel of the landscape of volleyball.
In South Africa, yeah, I'm sure you've noticed that it's not as perhaps as at this level that you perhaps used to in Australia, or where you like to. Last one for me, Leo. Should you qualify for the Olympics, obviously it's going to be a great one for you, especially possibly your debut at the Olympics. Perhaps someone who's watching at home and like to help you guys out, what do you need?
Yeah, I would say it's financial support firstly. So we need to go on the tour next year. We need to play, I think it is 5 or 6 more events. So we need to tour in Europe, possibly Southeast Asia, depending on what we do now with these continental events. So I think we should play about 4 to 6 events. I think that would be a start and kind of can be a foundation for what it is to come from there. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much both. Thank you so much, Adam Maskell as well as Leo Williams from Volleyball South Africa.